Alright, so yeah, this...
Fruity.
Ooh. Yeah, very fruity.
Really fruity.
Little bit of...
Oak. A little bit of like a bitey oak. Wine tannin for sure.
I'm getting a little of the chocolate too.
Just a hint of it, but not a ton.
Yeah, like I don't know what to say about that. Because I know that it said milk chocolate on the tasting notes, or the, like, aroma notes. And I don't really get too much of that on the nose. Maybe a little bit of cocoa powder, but not much.
It is also worth keeping in mind that this was opened yesterday.
True.
So we're still basically getting a neck pour out of this.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of air, but not much.
Ooh. There's a chocolate.
The chocolates.
There's definitely chocolate on the palate for sure. And the finish. There's a ton on the finish.
Mm-hmm. The finish is all chocolate, actually. You get the fruit and stuff on the palate, but it's all chocolate on the finish.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, the aftertaste of cocoa nibs is like the finish on this.
I feel like I like the Chardonnay one more, though, personally.
This one has a little more bite to it for sure.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of hard to compare almost because two different wines did two very different things to it.
And my question is I actually really want to know what the base bourbon tastes like. Like,
right.
Without...
I want to say it's just 1792.
I would say, I thought this was just 1792's mash bill.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's where it's made. That's where they do everything. I think we're paying for the fact that it was aged for months in...
Yeah. It says years on the bottle.
Does it?
Interesting.
I was reading the back of the bottle
That would actually make sense.
It says...
You're definitely buying into the experiment. I bet you the whiskey is just 1792.
I think it's just 1792 whiskey that they then age again for another couple years in...
It's
Cabernet.
not a bad experiment at all.
No,
it really makes me want to try the port finish because I've been looking for a good port finish bourbon and I haven't tried Isaac Bowman yet because now I finally have my nose.
The one in East Liberty is the only one in the area that actually got the port finish.
Okay. So as long as they still have it, I'll probably have to pick
They had it when I was there.
Today?
Earlier today, yeah.
Alright. I'll see if I can stop by tomorrow on my way to and from jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, because this is... I do like the Chard more, but these are really good experiments, and this tastes really good.
This is delicious.
It's a really pleasant finish. It's not like there's not a lot of heat that you might expect if it was just regular 1792. It's all gone.
Yeah, no, it mellows out 1792 tremendously, and I would love to have each one. I just wish they weren't $70 each, because that's a...
I'll say, like, as this, like, I would never spend $215 or whatever it would cost to get all three, but I was not upset with this purchase.
No, but the thing is this is one of the best wine finished whiskeys I think I've had, and like the Chardonnay one beat out the other Chardonnay finished whiskeys I've had before too. And I'd like to try the port finish rather than buy it, because right now my favorite port finished whiskey period is Glenmorangie La Quinta Reuben. Because Angel's Envy doesn't do it. Angel's Envy is way too light.
It needs heat.
It doesn't even need heat. It just needs flavor.
Yeah, that's fair. I think part of that would come with having a higher proof.
I think that they need to make a standard 100 proof. Like, they make the rye 100 proof. I don't know why they don't make the...
And they make the rye 100 proof, and it's sweeter than the bourbon.
Yeah.
Which is really bizarre, but it ages for a year and a half in XO rum cask. So the rum that was in there for 10 years.
Yeah.
At least.
So
it's... That Angel's Envy rye was way sweet for me.
Honestly, though, like, if I had to pick between drinking rum and drinking that, I would take that in a heartbeat.
Oh, 100%. But I could pick a $30 rum and at least enjoy it enough compared to $95 for that Angel's Envy.
I don't understand what their thought process was for making it that expensive.
It's probably, again, the paying for the experiment thing. Because they're taking a higher price base whiskey and they're aging it for a year and a half. I mean, that's me justifying why they're doing it, not saying that I agree with it.
See, that's the thing, though. I don't really see much of a justification, because it's MGP, as far as I know. And, like, I just don't know where the 100 proof point comes in, because you can get who is it? Redemption makes a Caribbean cask rye as well.
Yeah.
For $65.
45.
45.
Because
I almost
East,
bought
East
it a couple
Liberty
years
has it. Robinson has it.
I've heard rave things about that, especially because it's the same whiskey, but obviously they pick different barrels to age it in. I genuinely think that they're just using the Angel's Envy name, and like people are willing to
That's
spend
probably
money
part
because
of
it's Angel's Envy.
Mhm. It was good, and like if that's your taste, it was good enough quality to be worth that money. But it's so fucking sweet.
Well, anything is worth the money if like you love it that much.
Right.
Like,
But like that's one where again, if like there are people willing to pay it for a reason. I just am not willing.
yeah.
This, on the other hand,
Well, yeah.
this I
This
would
is
pay
delicious.
$70 for.
Yeah. For $70, this is absolutely fantastic.
If people slapped $100 price tag on this,
It was.
it would still sell. I would
Oh
agree.
yeah.
If it had more of a built up name,
I mean, I think that this competes with Midwinters. I definitely think this competes with
in
Midwinters.
terms of quality, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Like that's why I want to try the port finished one too, just to see how that would compare. Because the proof points are similar. The taste profile is a whiskey finished in whatever kind of wine barrel.
Right.
The only thing that I have about High West is that their stuff is just really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like even whenever you first open up any bottle from them, it's really hot.
I have the bourbon. I had to open it up, take a tiny sip, and then realize I need to just let it sit for a little while.
And that's the one thing I don't like about High West is that their stuff needs to sit to be palatable. A lot of whiskeys, like a lot of the ones we
This,
have,
right out the bottle,
yeah.
is phenomenal. Makes me wonder what its sitting will do.
I'm curious about that too.
I hope that it doesn't. It's not like a Maker's 101 kind of thing where it affects it for the worse.
I don't think it'll make it hotter. I think if anything, you're just gonna like
You'll just lose a couple of the subtleties.
I don't even think you'll lose subtleties. I think it's gonna open it up more, just because
Really?
a lot of whiskeys, like whenever they get time to breathe, it lets like the aromatics release a little bit more and open up a little bit more, and that's the idea behind adding water to.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah.
To whiskey is to like it releases like aroma and flavor, like molecules basically more readily. So I don't know. I think that it would actually open it up to some degree because I feel like some of these flavors are very dense. Like I feel like they'll open it up a little bit more because I get fruit on the front, but I can't really pick out what kind of fruit I'm getting.
Right.
Like I can't tell if it's berries, grapes.
It just tastes.
It's like
yes.
a dried fruit kind
Yeah,
of.
it's a very dried fruit.
Like a bag of dried mixed fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like you get like a mishmash of oak and like tannin and a little bit of bitterness in the middle, and then the finish is all cocoa nibs.
Right.
Like I feel like the more it
With
opens
with
up,
air, you might be able to pick out the individual fruits, and you might notice the fruit flavor lasts longer.
I think it might add a little bit of complexity and like easily picking things out of it. Because right now it just feels dense to me, and that's not a bad thing. Like I just mean
It just means that you're not getting necessarily individual little flavors. You're just getting one solid good flavor.
yes.
But this is I'm thoroughly pleased with both of the Thomas More so far.
Well, you got to remember too, it's owned by the same company that owns Buffalo Trace, so
They know their shit.
Yeah. As much as some things are more overrated than others, they do know what they're doing.
yes.
But good choice, right? Good choice buying this.
I'm very happy I did.
Right.